Next up, we have room for improvement. So, if you could change one thing, what would that be? That's what we're asking ourselves. And you want me to go first?
Yeah, please.
All right. So, and this is my problem with most action movies. They time things to make the character more badass when they're supposed to look badass, and it's this unbelievably convenient timing that would almost the odds of it happening in reality are just so astronomical that the scene becomes distracting because all I'm thinking about is how this is not realistic. And what I'm talking about is the moment everything about Killmonger is awesome, but one of his setup scenes in the art museum when he tells the art director or the curator, whoever she is, when he tells her that you're not even worried about what's in your drink. The moment that he says that, she goes into like at that moment, like he timed it perfectly from the time he put poison in her drink to the time that he told her that there was poison in her drink for it to begin taking effect at that moment. That was purely done to just for the badass effect of it. But in like most movies, when they do that, it's done so obviously, and it's just poorly written. I don't have an alternative for how they should have done that. Maybe they should have left that part out. Went a little bit subtle with it, but if I could change one thing, that would definitely be the thing because it took me out of that element of this is deeper than an action film. It was the one time that I felt like, did Jerry Bruckheimer do this?
That means quick cuts. And here's the beautiful part about our show. We've been debating, agreeing, disagreeing the whole show. But when it comes to the subject of one thing that we could have changed, this is our show. We're sponsoring it. We're producing it. We're cutting it. We're editing it. We're filming it. We're acting in it. So we do what we want to do. So what I'm not going to do is disagree with anything he said. That's his premise. And I love that you put your heart out on that because I don't want any smoke from what I'm about to say. If I can change one thing, and you have to understand, I wanted to change that ending fight scene so bad. Oh, I wanted to change it way down. Shout out Office Space. Way down. If I could change one thing, I normally don't like to read from the script, but I want to make sure that I don't miss anything here. On behalf of every thespian, actor, crew member, artist, and poet, and crew member, craft services runner, on behalf of every person that's ever taken their job seriously, if I could change one thing about Black Panther, I would change how ignorant Terry Gilliam was. A name I associate with the word Voldemort, a name that shall not be mentioned. The 12th, or should I say the 13th monkey, no pun intended. To quote the so-called filmmaker, writer, producer, Terry Gilliam, I'll put my resume up against yours any day. While you may have more notoriety, I'm sorry for my drinking, because clearly that's what you were doing when you gave your IndieWire review. And go check it out, guys. Even I won't be as ignorant as he was, as I can control myself. But I would put my IMDb up against yours any day of the week. You have more notoriety. Still can't pronounce it, but maybe you can pronounce excellence when you see it. So maybe I was doing it on purpose because I'm such a method actor. I would like to provide the community of the world with a few quotes from the so-called director, actor. I'm sorry, let me take that back. He doesn't deserve that. Director, writer, I don't know, whatever they call this guy. Quotes from the IndieWire review regarding Black Panther. Quote number 1. I hated Black Panther. If you want to look for the action verb in that sentence, the action verb is hated. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. I'm willing to accept that. It's some movies I hated. I get it. District 51, yeah. I've hated a lot of freaking movies. What's the worst that can happen? That movie.
Anything with Katherine Heigl in it.
Yeah, Vanilla Sky. You get it. So I get
No,
whatever.
oh,
Season 2. Stop.
okay.
Season 2. You're gonna have to sell me on that. Oh my gosh, he turned so red. So with that being said, that was one quote. I hated Black Panther. If I can continue with quote number 2, watching this movie made my blood boil. Okay. Then the questions start. See, worse than statements are questions. The statements start, which are, I wonder whether the filmmakers even went to Africa. If that ain't the Caucasian kettle calling the pot black. And this one, just when I was ready to just dismiss this as clickbait, the quote of 2020 came, and it wasn't even in 2020 when he quoted this. Out of everything that's been up with 2020, this is the quote. Black Panther gives young black kids, which he's an expert in on speaking on, by the way, the idea that this is something to believe in. It's bull, utter bull. And right when I was ready just to send some tweet, which is like 100 and some odd characters, I couldn't even get done with my tweet before I found this part, thanks to that algorithm that shall not be mentioned. They went and got some stylists for some African pattern fabrics and things. But I just hated that more. Partly because, here comes the back step, because he know they're f***ed up. The media was going on about how important this bullshit was. And guys, those are quotes. Those aren't opinions. Those aren't Facebook algorithms. Those aren't Instagram ads that you didn't ask for. But let me help you out real quick in my response to those things. Remember when he said they went and got some stylists? See, here's the thing. Out of all the bullshit that has happened to me in my life, at the end of the day, I still can put aside all that bullshit and still be a thespian and still respect art and, artists and actors and actresses for what they believe in, even though 95% of sets are Caucasian or some color that is not mine. I still love the art so much that I can still appreciate people who are at least trying to do what's right. But when people are just being innately evil, that's what this show is going to do. We're calling you the out. Let me tell you what he meant and what discredits every thing Terry the you thought you were better than anybody that looked like me or put up a pin in their life Gilliam said. Let me tell you how I know he's just not that guy. Remember when he said they went and got some stylists? Let me tell you the films and shows that the stylist has worked on. He couldn't even mention her name. This 79-year-old plus could not mention her name. Just say her name. Shout out Breonna Taylor. Miss Ruth Carter, which takes 30 seconds to IMDb, has been a part of the following entities: Black Panther, Dolomite Is My Name, Malcolm X, Amistad, Yellowstone, Four Brothers, I Spy, Baby Boy, Money Train, Corkland, Jungle Fever, and a little show that you know called Seinfeld. You ever notice how some white guys, Caucasians, I don't know, who've never been in the community that looks like mine, can pass judgment on a show? It's kind of funny, is it not? So Terry Gilliam, if I can change one thing about Black Panther, is that you never saw it, because your opinion doesn't matter, unlike all lives.
In Terry's defense.
You have defense for this? Really? You want to do this? Okay.
I just didn't think you were fired up enough. I wanted to throw a little match real quick.
I did not want that to happen for us tonight.
That's, yeah. Terry Gilliam. Hashtag cancel Terry.
Cancel Terry, you bigot.
Man, that hurt so bad.
Did you know all that I just said?
I mean, I knew part of it, but no. Man, he did Heath Ledger's last movie, 12 Monkeys, like...
Why do you think he signed on for that?
No comment.
Thank you. I'll make one out later.
Guy.
Yeah, whatever.
Colonizer are going to be quiet.
Everett K. Ross showing out tonight.
That's the trailer.